Was this the one I hit or a different one?
I have no fucking clue.
Just don't let it come out your nose this time.
Yes,
They're exactly the same.
They're not exactly the same.
Let's say I took a few hits.
It
this
hurt my
weekend.
whole sinuses, like my nose, the top of my mouth, up behind my eyes.
Well, top of the mouth.
This must be like what having allergies is like. And oh my lord, I'm so happy that I'm not overly allergic to anything. Like I get the sniffles once in a while in the beginning of spring, and that's it.
Yeah, try having a sinus infection where it's just constantly impacted.
And then every time you have to look down, you feel like your face is just gonna fall off.
It's like cement, just like liquid hot cement right here.
That is the fastest I've ever chewed through a high chew that I ever remembered.
And he still has his teeth.
I was trying to find a GIF earlier of when he said, you know, bro, I've got this, and I sent the suspenders because it was the only funny old people thing I could see. And you know, if he snaps his suspenders, he's gonna get his nipple rings.
Yeah.
And he's gonna hurt himself.
Sounds like that.
But
Well, someone call the morgue.
I couldn't find a funny one of someone putting in their dentures and saying, let's do this.
That's because all of them are taking the dentures out saying, let's do this.
Yeah, like that really, really old lady that tried to blow out her candles and fell out onto the
Oh
cake.
God! Like 101st birthday.
Something like that. It was.
Yeah, it's got a good flavor to it. I like
And
it.
you guys cannot be putting stuff on there.
Sorry.
Like that, it really picks that small shit up. I don't know why. It's like,
Get these off the table. Get all the things off the table.
that too. No phone vibrating. Get it all out.
Oh God! Get that one off the table.
This doesn't vibrate.
Well, not there, anyways.
That one's the remote to make something else vibrate.
Tasticles.
I was like, I hear the feet. Pitter patter of the puppy. Sit.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Oh God!
Ah, love letter. I don't know what she wants. Because she took me to the house.
She's a woman. No woman knows what they want.
She's
Hashtag facts.
She's about to be on her period, so she's a little emotional right now.
Oh, she needs a PMS Sundae.
Oh God, I fucking love PMS Sundays. It's a hot fudge sundae with peanut butter cups and brownies.
Sprinkled with Midol.
It will be now. It's brilliant.
Because I know I can usually, like, we haven't done the PMS Sundays in a minute.
Yeah, I crave them every time, but I don't
I usually
actually go
manage
get
to
them.
talk you out of them.
Yeah, usually do.
No, I'm gonna hit off the pen for a bit.
Okay. I didn't know if I was going to put it down.
No, I usually do sneak in like bloody red meat.
Yeah, you're pretty good about feeding me steak.
I can usually get her a steak in that time.
It makes the lady blood happy.
Mm-hmm.
I love steak. Feed me steak.
All the steak, all the time.
He suffers greatly because I don't really care for steak.
We'll go to Wolf Lodge. It'll be fine.
I don't.
I've been there.
I tend to go for prime rib over traditional steak.
I don't like rare meat. Like, if we go out and get steak.
Rare meat.
Bloody and raw.
Oh, I hope
Wait,
it's not
what?
bloody.
You
Raw?
got some
Yeah,
split-
probably.
So you got some explaining to do.
No, I lost my train.
Broke dick, broke dick.
Brain fart. But then I remembered as soon as I said that. So, like, if I get a steak, it's going to have to be, like, one of those really, really expensive cuts of meat, like, you know, filet mignon, and I'm going to ruin it because I'm going to ask them for, like, medium well.
With ketchup.
She puts
No, mustard.
Oh, God.
Yeah, fucking
Why?
Oh, you cannot see
Because
the
it
look of horror
happened
on my
once-
face in the recording, but it is there. It is present. I am dismayed.
It happened once on accident. We went to Sizzlers, and they usually get that triple platter where you can get, like, you know, you just build 3 and that's your entree.
Mm-hmm.
And I always got
sex tape.
Gross. But she didn't say untrue.
That's true.
I'm flipping all of you off. So I would get, like, the Malibu chicken, and the steak, and my dad would always eat it. And then I think I got like some fries or something. And it comes with like a honey mustard sauce for the Malibu chicken. And then like a steak sauce for the steak. I went to go dip it, and I dipped it in the wrong one.
You cross-dipped. You cross-dipping motherfucker.
No one had used it, so it wasn't...
You double-dipped the chip!
Dip the chip.
And it was really good. So the honey mustard now goes on steak in my life.
Regular mustard goes on her steak.
I'm going to have to
That's
ask somebody
usually all
to
I have.
switch me seats because I don't want to be anywhere near
Oh, no.
this level.
Notice how my husband is sitting as far away
let's
from me as
vote her off
possible.
the island.
Peace
You're the
out,
weakest
Cub
link.
Scout.
Get the fuck out of here.
When do I do my little solo journal where I'm like, I just feel really betrayed?
Good, we'll
You're
make sure
the
the
one
mic's not recording.
Put some mustard on steak.
You know
I
who
feel
does that?
betrayed.
Fucking serial killers, okay?
Oh, we already covered that.
If you haven't listened, please go give episode 2 a listen.
At least I will give you this. At least you go for something medium, slightly pink in the middle.
Those crazy motherfuckers that just burn that shit. We asked those people politely but firmly to leave.
Hockey
Hank
puck.
Hill.
That's
Like-
right.
See, that's how my mom's brother is. He wants it burnt to a crisp.
Why?
I'm like, why even bother at that point?
See, I'm from state country.
Just
This
order
whole
yourself a block
conversation
of
is
charcoal
I
and call it a
know.
day.
If it
My
ain't
heart
mooing,
hurts.
I'm not eating it.
right? You gotta have that nice red, not bloody, but just right.
Oh no!
Right
Oh
on that.
no! There must be blood. You have to taste the fallen friend.
So, what would you say? An average inch and a half. What?
Inch and a
About
half.
3 minutes on
I'd
each
say
side?
like 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I usually go for about 6, so still get that little
1
bit.
minute,
but-
flip once, get the good grill marks.
Get a grill marks, bud.
S&P's the life for me. Is that bird of beef?
You know it's bird of beef.
Always bird of beef.
Always bird of beef. Though I had some Wagyu recently, it sucked.
Really?
Yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah, we got it from what? Yard? No.
No, Clinker Daggers.
Clinker Dagger.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the whole meal was disgusting.
I haven't
That
been
was
to
our
this.
anniversary dinner.
Telling you, Wolf Lodge.
Oof.
Wolf
Lodge is where I
good.
go for my steaks.
Wolf Lodge was good. And where was that one place that we did over there off of 2nd or 3rd? I think it was 2nd.
No.
You talking about Wild Sage
No.
Bistro?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's my
That,
favorite
that
place.
one,
too.
that one was
Haven't heard of that
delish. Yeah.
If you like food with really good, complex,
Lay down.
layered flavors,
Mm-hmm.
Lay down.
that's the place to
I'll
go.
have to check that out.
Wild Sage Bistro. Make reservations because it's usually packed, but their cocktails are
Well,
amazing. I've never
That
had
was
a bad
that was
menu.
that was 2 years ago.
I've been
we're-
going, yeah, but I've been going there for years. I mean.
Yeah, but saying that you need to make reservations because it might be packed is going off of your knowledge from 2 years ago. The world has completely changed.
I'd still make reservations.
That's fair.
I think the best steak I've had to date was the cowboy steak from Churchill's.
Oh, on our wedding
Still
night.
still haven't been to
So
Churchill's. Honey, take me to Churchill's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we
Maslow's.
went for our reception after our wedding.
Maslow's I did like the steak bites, and those were pretty good.
I've heard good things about Maslow's, but I've never been because I ate at Epic and it was trash. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to go anywhere else.
I know Maslow's has raised their prices too, like significantly.
I consider Maslow's to be overrated.
Yeah.
No.
I hear 1898 is really good and it's owned by Northern Quest.
Out there off the golf course.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear that place is really good. I'm like, hook it up with some food.
It's-
I do stuff for you. Give me food.
It's decent. I've been out there once.
You take me?
Hmm?
You take me?
Never.
I mean, I
No,
could try.
take me.
Yeah.
I,
Choose.
I could certainly try.
Do all the things. Take me to all the places.
Yeah, we're working on a fancy golf course restaurant called Round Top Public House. It's out in Cheney. Looks really good. And they have another restaurant called South Fork that looks pretty good. And some of the people at work have had it and say that it's where it's at. It's like, I'm not driving to Cheney to go get food.
I will drive wherever as far as I need to go if I'm craving something. There's a place out in Hayden that
I'd have to drive my happy ass to like Oregon and shit to get like Wiener Schnitzel and stuff. I'm not driving 8 hours to get Wiener Schnitzel.
God, I haven't had Wiener Schnitzel in
it's so good.
forever.
We tried to go when we went down to California last, and it was closed. I got screwed.
I mean, maybe I'm just dating myself here, but I remember a time when in Spokane, getting Krispy Kreme was that way.
Well, there's only one. It's in the valley.
No. Back in the day, there was only one. It was in Seattle.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I love their cream-filled donuts. I am not driving a half a day for that.
To be fair.
When I was living in Wyoming, we used to have to drive about 45 miles to Colorado to get Krispy Kreme.
Good Lord.
Well, yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming.
And that's my point, though. Is like there are people that will drive for something unique.
Oh, yeah, I've done it. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it right now.
I would. I'm not.
She would.
I am. I'm not crazy.
Because you're the only one sober enough to drive.
Touche.
Hey, you like driving? You go and take us to Oregon tonight.
Yeah.
Do it.
I need some wiener in my mouth. Stat.
Well,
Zip your pants up.
God damn it.
Fail. Fired.
Damn it.
That's twice voted off the island. Well, that's a wrap. I'm done with you guys.
We had a good run.
Great job there, Homester.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
y'all don't have Fuddruckers up here, do you?
I don't think so.
Nope, but I've been to a Fuddruckers in San Diego.
I can't
I'm just waiting for them to change it to Buttfuckers.
Pretty sure that
That's
would
not
be
very
met with some
PC of you.
resistance, yes. Especially in this day and age.
And yet not outside the realm of possibility of actually coming true.
Yeah, we've seen
Accurate.
Idiocracy, we know.
I know.
Stupid dog.
Two stupid dogs.
Oh, I missed that show.
Like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Aw, dude, I want a dog like Courage. But I know I'm gonna be as stupid as Muriel was.
A bit late.
I can say I never watched that one.
Oh,
No,
What?
I have no desire to watch that one.
I wasn't a huge Cartoon Network kid. So.
Cartoons!
Yeah, me neither. Like,
Oh, man.
Because
Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Laboratory.
I'd get
For
down
me-
with Dexter, but no Powerpuff
Johnny
Girls.
Bravo.
I
Mama.
love Johnny
God.
Bravo.
Yeah.
the only time I ever had access to Cartoon Network was when I went to my grandparents' house, which was maybe like once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had cable, we didn't.
Ah.
You know?
Dragon Ball Z.
And going there, like, we're going there on like a Saturday and staying the night and, you know, maybe half the day Sunday or
Saturday
whatever.
morning cartoon.
No, like, I would be able to watch like the Toonami shit at night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I got my love for anime.
Toonami the Midnight Run.
But I skipped all of the like
During the day.
stupid during the day cartoons.
You know what? If I had to pick, I'll take Toonami all day, every day.
I liked when
Remember Samurai
it
Jack?
turned to
Oh, yeah.
Adult Swim at
Yeah.
night.
Oh.
Dude, I watched so much Adult Swim.
that was my college years right there.
I think I'd still take Toonami over Adult Swim, though. I love anime, so.
But Adult Swim did have anime.
They did.
Yep.
They did,
Mhm.
yes. But
But Adult Swim also branched into their own weird genre, kind of after like the footsteps of Space Ghost.
Like the celebrity death match.
Adult
They've got
Swim.
some weird
They
shit on there.
they really
Tim and
branched
Eric
out.
Awesome Show.
That was an awesome one, but even some of
Just-
the other like
Your pretty face is going to hell.
Squidbillies.
I
Yeah.
love Squidbillies though.
you know,
I VHS and fuck. Moral Oral.
Moral Oral,
oh my
yes.
God.
That show. Have you seen Mr. Pickles?
I have
Oh.
not, but I love the puppy.
And
Yeah,
I've
the
seen
satanic
Pickles.
dog.
See, and it's almost like Adult Swim needs to be its own channel, its own network,
I
and
agree.
not Cartoon Network.
And I feel like they probably have enough content to where they
They
could
do.
do their own channel.
Because they also, and they also have things that aren't cartoons. You can't really be
That's true.
on Cartoon Network
Yeah.
if you're not a cartoon, but
Yeah.
Adult Swim has a lot of those types of shows.
But see, the problem is though. So if you take a look at like what Comedy Central's done.
No, really.
They only play the really rough shit late at night.
Right.
Which is the same concept as Adult Swim. It's only late at night. If they had their own channel, maybe wouldn't do so well.
That's
because
fair.
there's nothing during the day besides the porn channels that can play that shit.
Yeah, that's
Porn.
fair.
Lots and lots of porn.
Lots of
All
porn.
porn. All porn all day.
But
That
it's
late
funny,
night
though,
show
it's
with
like-
that old lady that taught you about sex toys.
Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
God. Yes. What was her
No.
name?
Was it?
This is news
Talk
to me.
Sex with Jane or something like that?
Something like that. It's
Margaret.
like super.
No, it wasn't like a super old name.
No, but she was a super old lady, and she would.
I
Let's talk
remember seeing
sex.
clips.
She was a doctor or something, but she
Yeah.
would just very openly talk about sex and sex toys and different positions.
She had
and
this like giant pink dildo that was like doing this.
Yeah.
And she goes, as you can see, and she's like a straight face for everything. And I'm like, how are you looking at this giant pink wiggling dick and you don't say anything?
yeah, no, she's just going about her business. God, Dr. Laura? No.
No, she was a radio personality
I
at like the
don't remember.
AM station.
I don't remember.
I have never heard of this, and I'm quite sad that I haven't.
You should check it out sometime.
I'm gonna have to now.
It was actually,
I mean,
in all honesty, it was actually very informative.
Uh-huh. It really was though.
I'm curious to see the depth of your knowledge.
Later. There will be a seminar later on tonight.
A
Is there a
seminar.
quiz?
A seminar.
Yeah.
We got that in stereo again.
I see what you did there.
I did get informed of a new like meme that's coming out that I had heard of. Have you guys heard of Crack Sparrow?
What?
No.
No.
It's some dude, a crackhead, dressed up top half like Jack Sparrow wearing pink pajamas.
Talk sex with Sue.
The
Yes.
dude looks like Crack Sparrow.
Oh
Like,
my god.
yeah, it is wild.
Crack
What the
Sparrow.
fuck?
Crack
it's-
Sparrow.
It's Talk Sex with Sue.
Yes.
Talk sex.
This
with
stuff was on at like 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember finding it
Because
on
only
accident.
teenagers and the ungodly are awake
everybody
at 2
found it on
a.m.
accident. I think that was its thing. Like, you didn't hear about it
Until you found it. But yeah, I was, we were on vacation. I was bored. I couldn't sleep. So I just started flipping through the stations and here's this old lady holding a dildo.
On
I'm
the
like,
PBS channel.
what? I was like, okay, we're going to have to like figure this out. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Public access station.
Yeah, pretty
Basically,
much.
it was just
Because
like,
it was on one of those like 100+ free stations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how
'Cause,
you
I mean,
do.
nobody really watches late night shows
Thank
like
you,
that
Reddit.
anymore. And if you're up that late, you are probably horny.
What the
It's Crack
shit?
Sparrow.
Neither can the listeners.
That's fucked up.
You know what? Everyone's got to have their shtick. And for some people, it's dressing up like
I
Jack
mean,
Sparrow wearing pink pajamas.
I'm not one to kink shame. You do you, guy. Go do your thing. Do your thing.
But how long could that possibly last?
Doesn't matter.
Depends
It's
on how
gone
much
viral.
crack
He
he's
lives
got.
forever.
1,000 years, Morty. RickandMorty.com. RickandMortyAdventures.com. 1,000 years. Rick and Morty Adventures. RickandMorty.com.
We gotta get that Mulan Nuggets Szechuan sauce, Morty.
We have 3 containers of it in the fridge.
five seasons.
Speaking of, just finished season 4.
I still haven't finished season 4.
Yes.
I'm halfway through.
Need season 5 now.
It
Good.
yeah,
It's all your fault.
it is.
It's all your
But
fault.
I mean, luckily you have somebody that can actually help you understand the show.
See, I was fine before I started watching it. Now I want more. And it's all your fault.
Yes. Just like with
good
Sherlock.
We don't talk about Sherlock.
He goes to Dick, I go to Sherlock. What the shit, dude?
His dick still thinks he's 17, okay?
Maybe his dick thinks he is Sherlock.
Oh.
dick. My dick.
I didn't even remember I forgot that song.
It came on the other day when I was working on the house. I was like, oh yeah. Well, we're about 20 minutes in and we haven't even started discussing the topic.
Oops.
Topic of the day.
My anxiety.
High anxiety. Episode 3. We're on a roll.
Yeah.
I'm high and I have anxiety.
Yeah, it happens. I'm sure it happens to a lot of us.
I feel like if you don't suffer from it yourself, you definitely know somebody that does.
Oh yeah, in this day and age, tons of people with anxiety. I think I saw a statistic the other day that anxiety and depression just at the start of COVID has gone up about 57% across America, and I completely believe it.
Oh yeah.
You know, being shut in and all that stuff, and you know,
Shut in with so much uncertainty
Yeah.
with everything and
No
So many people
control.
losing their work.
No control over
And
what
your
happens
life
next.
basically.
yeah.
You know.
You can only control what's immediately around you, but everything else, you know, job, money, bills, further illness, things like that, you no control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you take all of the external factors and then you throw in, the actual pandemic issue of, people getting sick, not getting sick, and it was
And then-
a lot.
At least for me, in my experience, the boredom.
Yep, boredom's definitely a huge contributor to anxiety and depression, and then there's the other side of it, like me, where I've got access to too much stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I can't make a decision on what to do, which is weird in itself.
Cabin crazy. That was probably the biggest issue for me, was just, it's one thing to choose to stay in. It's another thing to have that choice taken away, and then all you want to do is get out.
Right.
And you can't, and there's nowhere to go, and it's claustrophobic and just a horrible feeling.
How many times have we considered, let's, take a day drive? Well, where are we going to go? Well, we could go here. Well, that's great. What is there to do there?
Yeah, everything's shut
Everything's
down.
shut down. Oh, this place looks nice. Is it open?
Nope.
Nope. You know?
I like that pinball arcade on the west side. Oh, that looked like so much fun. It was closed.
It was closed.
Sad panda.
So, what types of anxiety do you guys experience when high or on your way to being high? Because I have a huge problem with going to get high. That's where my most anxiety kicks in, unless I smoke or ingest too much.
You're in a better position to actually answer that question than me, because you're able to observe me with a sober mind.
So, I think for you, it's probably more you get anxious because you don't want to be overthinking, overfeeling over everything, and that's kind of what spins you up and gets you feeling all off. And it's like, if I don't do this now, I know I'm not going to be able to bring it in check. So it's kind of more of a fear than an anxiety thing, I think, for you.
But I feel that's one and the same, though. Because with certain strains, you do get that busy head, constant loop, things like that. The overthinking, that definitely would contribute. But if you're, on your way to doing that, I can understand that too. But if you have the right strain, then I feel like that'll help level it out.
Yeah. Once, like I said, once you kind of hit that peak and hit that level of actually being high, that goes away. I know it also helps with, social anxiety and a lot of those kinds of things as well. It's like, it's a lot easier to deal with when you're high. I think for me, it was the paranoia. That was the one thing I had to get over because I wasn't able to do it for so long. And just that constant, even though it's legal.
They know!
Exactly.
They're coming for me.
Exactly. It's that, just kind of that fear and that, like I said, that anxiety of, am I doing something wrong? Even though I know it's not, there was still, took a while to get over that initial.
Because it's been stigmatized our whole lives.
I have a similar problem with that, is where, I microdose because I like to, keep all my stuff balanced and in check, and that's something that's really helped me out through the pandemic. But one of the issues that I come across every so often, it's almost in a cycle, that I'll be fine for quite a while I'm microdosing, and then I'll hit a point in time where my brain tells me that, I'm freaking out and paranoid about just shit out of my control, and then it prevents me from going and getting high. That I won't, and then I'm in my own sadness and anxiety ridden boat that's just sinking, and it's like, well, I know if I do this, I'll feel better and nothing's gonna come of it. But if I, don't do it, it's just a never-ending battle.
Yeah,
and it sucks. I hate that shit.
It's that constant struggle to know, do you, don't you, how do you, when do you? Yeah, that can definitely.
Because I always try and stay 5 steps ahead in anything that could possibly happen, and you drive yourself fucking nuts doing that. And I've tried to curb that and all that stuff, but for me it's just, yes, it's legal, but people are still judgmental. They it's still criminalized in other people's eyes and all that shit, which pisses me off because you have your wine moms or your drinking dads, and dads are drinking beer, hanging out with their kids, and that's fine and dandy and okay and all that stuff. Or if you go out after work and get brick faced and then show up to work the next day with a hangover, that's still acceptable. But if I go home and smoke a little weed or have part of an edible and show up to work just fine, I'm the bad person.
Yeah, no, it is. It's that, like you said, it's that stigma still. Even in this state here where it's been legal for quite some time.
Yep.
It's still in a lot of circles not socially acceptable. And it's so unfortunate because, like I said, not only does it help with anxiety and stress and a lot of those types of things, but, the pain element. For somebody that suffers from chronic pain, if it can take that edge off and allow you to live a somewhat normal life and without constantly being in pain and having to depend on pills or other things like that, it just never made sense to me. Long before I ever even tried it, it never made sense to me.
It'd be nice to one day, and I think we're on the right path. We'll see how long it takes to get there, but it would be nice to not have any of that anxiety and fear about being high and other people, judging. It's like, I don't give a fuck what they think, but the thing is, if they don't like it enough and try and do something about it, and it's like, you can screw up somebody's entire life. But whereas like out here it's legal, if somebody were to call the police, oh, my neighbor's smoking pot, they're like, really? Okay, and you know what state you live in?
Right.
Have you been smoking?
Apparently been in a state of confusion.
Is this news to you?
Do you have a beer in your hand right now?
Right.
Mind your own business.
But then it comes back around to some of the weird laws that come with that. So, legal here, but you're not supposed to do it in public view and things like that. But I was talking with a buddy of mine. He has a similar house setup that I do with a tall deck and all that stuff.
Thank you.
And when he smokes, no, I'm good. When he smokes out there, technically it's in public view because, it's raised up and all that stuff. And the same for us is it's, in a sense, in public view. So technically that's illegal. And I'm like, come try me. Like, I'm on my own property. I'm in my backyard. It's not my fault that it's in public view.
I could stand up there with a beer and no one would say anything about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, I just read something about this just today. Wow, I had to finish the cookie first. God damn it. I have this great thought. And it's slipping in my mind the exact terminology, but basically, if you have land that has a fence around it, technically what's inside that boundary is considered like almost shielded, even if it is in plain view.
So like out of public view as far as on the inside of that perimeter.
Yeah.
Time to finish this.
As long as that fence or that perimeter is like reasonably meant to be like concealable,
does it have to be like a certain opacity?
I'd have to take a look at that.
I'm sure you can tell that there's such things as a privacy fence.
Yeah.
Versus a non-privacy fence, and
I couldn't technically or legally go out into the front of my house and just spark up and just sit on the stoop and smoke one. That's in public view, even though there is a fence.
Yeah.
Even if I had, a wood-based fence, it's still, law or city code is like 4 feet tall in the front. So, I mean, that ain't going to hide shit.
Right.
But I mean, people do it out here. I don't care, but I know there are those people that just absolutely think it's the worst shit on the planet. And it's like, okay, well, with your pill box that has 40 different pills, you tell me which one's worse.
Right. Or like you said, you know, winos and the, like I said, the happy hour drunks or the...
Which all that's completely acceptable in society.
It has been.
It's okay to
for
kill
a
your
long
lungs
time.
and kill your liver, but
you know, eat a little weed or smoke a little weed, you're the worst kind of person.
Yeah, we didn't even go into the whole, you know, cigarette.
Which I feel like cigarettes are, though still extremely popular, are becoming less socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Which,
This-
I mean,
this is true.
is good because, you know, you do it, that's fine, I don't care.
oh yeah,
The smell is awful for sure.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, I don't care what you put in your body, that's your choice.
But what's the number one reason why people smoke? It's to help curb their
Anxiety.
anxiety.
Anxiety or, you know, hunger for some people or, you know, always
But
got to
even-
stay busy doing something.
the oral fixation.
Yep.
But, you
Well,
know,
that and some get the sweet taste of cigarettes, and that's just what they live for. They're like,
Yep.
yep, I can't wait for my next one.
they get that little buzz. You know,
Buzz of nicotine.
always talk about that, but, you know, like I said, being high, on the other hand, oh my goodness.
But that's why I like, you know, areas like, you know, California that are very progressive, like the Bay Area. You know, they microdose, you know, shrooms and things like that to, you know, do ideas and the work that they do and all that stuff, which I think is great and is, you know, miles ahead of where it really should be.
We have a friend of ours that microdoses mushrooms to handle his depression.
And
It's
I mean,
better than any medication he ever tried.
yeah. And of course, you know, in this state, not legal, but, you know, any, you know, even microdosing out of a distillate syringe, it's like, yeah, does wonders. Great. Am I high? Absolutely not. I am just normal. I am content. I am chill. But I am the worst person on the planet because I do drugs.
Yeah. And hopefully, I mean, more and more states are legalizing or at the very least decriminalizing. And hopefully, because it does, it's, you know, when you do have any kind of anxiety, no matter what reason, it really is, it's so helpful. I know people that could not function around other people without it, but when you know, they take a couple hits.
She
before they
means
go
me.
out. Actually, I wasn't talking about you. But,
Yeah, you kind of were.
you know, it's like you take a couple
if the
hits
shoe fits.
before you go out, and they're
If the shoe
perfectly
fits, smoke
fine,
it.
and they're comfortable in those situations.
I mean, if you can make it
and-
work, I guess.
That's, you know, and that's awesome for them, and that's what I strive to do with my microdosing and all of that, is just to be, you know, what I feel should be normal. Because I mean, I'm not trying to change who I am. I'm not trying to be a space cadet or anything, but I'm just trying to silence the little demons that run around in my head.
Like you said, achieve what you feel normal should be for
Yeah.
you.
And, you know, when I microdose, I'm able to do everything. I have more energy because I'm not constantly battling myself in my own head. And, I mean, everything gets done. You know, everything's taken care of. I overall feel like a better person. But I almost feel like that in itself is like, well, that's exactly what a drug user would say. They feel better on drugs. Well, what about all the pharmaceutical drugs you take to feel better? Is that not the same?
It's like one of my issues, so I can't have caffeine. It's just a thing with me. Can't do caffeine, gives me headaches. So a lot of times in the mornings I'm tired and I'm dragging ass, and I've worked in so many places where people would give me such a hard time about it. And it's like, well, what if we switched you to decaf? Would you be all perky and happy? What if we took away your caffeine? How would that make you feel? You'd feel exactly like I do. You know, it's that same kind of thing. It's like some things work for some people, some things work for others. But it should be your choice.
It should.
And no one should judge you for what you choose to do to make yourself feel better or get through the day.
I hate feeling like I'm constantly being judged. My anxiety started out when I was really young, and I became a super big people pleaser. So, you know, anytime I felt like I was letting somebody down, I felt anxious, you know, like, you know, am I going to lose this job, or am I going to lose this friend? And it's exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm finally starting to step out of that people-pleasing mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's
Learning
good.
to draw boundaries.
You got to do what's best for you.
Yep, and that's why when I do partake, I keep it mellow, keep it casual, if you will, and sometimes I'll take a little bit more, but I stick to my distillate syringe or edibles because it's controlled. Whereas like I used to love smoking. I still do, but it's so unpredictable, the amount that comes in and how it hits and all that stuff. I never know what kind of ride I'm going to have.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to take that risk because I've, recently had a lot of bad rides. And I'm like, nah, it's just not worth it. Whereas with my syringe or an edible I know what to expect. It's the same every time, and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So that's what I stick to. And I mean, it's working for me, but it does suck because I love me a good joint. I love ripping off the bong. But it's not right in my life right now until
We can get you decaf joints.
decaf joints. Sweet.
Yes. That's the way to go right there.
Give you
That's
some
the ticket.
oregano.
They're called cigarettes. They're filled with tobacco.
But yeah, maybe one day again. But right now this is what's working for me, and that's what I choose to do. But I still have to get over that hurdle some days where I'm like, if I do this, I'm bad, blah, 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 being a bad parent, bad this, bad that. And then it's like, well, I know all this will go away if I do it. But I can never, when I'm in that spot, getting over that hurdle is damn near impossible. And then I just end up not doing it.
It's your fight or flight kicking in. You're basically convincing yourself to jump off a cliff.
I mean, I'd jump off a cliff. I think it'd be fun.
Depends on what's underneath.
Or what he's got strapped to him, or doesn't.
Or a
Let's
idea.
get naked.
Wrong idea. Wrong idea.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
No touch is a bad touch.
Wait, does no mean yes in this scenario?
He doesn't have a safe word.
Sea
Pineapple
cucumber.
doesn't work.
Sea cucumber.
Stop.
Rookie. But
So, I mean, I feel like all of us probably started smoking just to get high. I mean, well, I started for sleep reasons, and then it quickly converted into I like being high, so I'm just going to get high.
yeah, see, for me, I was very much into my mid-30s before I ever even tried it, because my previous jobs they random tested, so wasn't until I was in my mid-30s before I'd ever tried it for the first time. And for me, it's still just kind of that little fun. But every now and again, if I've had a long day and I don't want to bring work home or whatever, you know.
Need the shed the skin.
Yep. Just like, I'm just going to have an edible and I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to enjoy my evening. And that's...
It's a good reward. It's a good, relaxing reward. I mean, I have those days too where I'm, busted my ass all day or even all week, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit more than I usually do, but not enough to, worsen my anxiety. And it's like, it's perfect. I'm like, cool, chill.
And you don't have to feel bad about it either.
Yeah. I mean, I started because you two. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, you started because you wanted to see what it was about.
And that's kind of it is. I mean, you both showed me the positive benefits, weighed with a controlled environment, and it was fantastic. And as I have kind of grown up a little bit, I've discovered how to make it work for me.
I think I'm too high.
I mainly smoke indica dominant. Because I am looking for that body high. I'm looking for that way to take away the aches and pains of the old joints and what's going on there. But I do need that slight bit of mental release.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not enough to take my mind away, but just enough to release a bit of that pressure.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the great thing about, controlling what you're intaking in whichever way that you do it, versus some of the people that are just going to the moon, which is absolutely fine. I used to be that person. I wanted to go as high as I could fucking go.
More power to you.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you like to do,
if you're in a safe environment and you want to just let go of body and mind, you have that out of body experience. Hell yeah, fuck.
Just make sure you have the snacks handy before you get started.
Or a bed or something.
Yeah, make sure you have the snacks first, because snacks.
Yeah, I mean, it has so many good purposes, and it once people can see all of it, then it'll be great. But most of the people that disagree with it, they're going to be dead soon anyways, so.
That's true.
Or their opinions don't matter because it's legal.
They don't, but they're the ones that are always poking their nose where it don't belong and screwing up people's shit.
They shout with the loudest voice.
Yep.
Of money. Mm-hmm. That was some epic fucking shit. You better write that shit down. That shit's gonna be fucking famous. That's a fucking line.
Good thing it was on record.
Right.
But just know, if you're out there listening, you're not alone. We all have our problems. We all do it for our own purposes, and you shouldn't feel bad about it.
No, never feel bad. It's there for a reason, and if, like you said, as long as you're using it responsibly and safely, and it helps improve and better your life, more power to you.
And knowledge is power.
The more you know.
G.I. Joe.
Reading
What the fuck?
And we all just dated ourselves. Congratulations, folks.
Butterfly in the sky.
I think that's where you're at.
I can go twice as high.
I'm pretty sure you already are.
Yep.
Pretty sure you already are.
Yep.
Ideology fans, do you want to be on Ideology? Have a topic you want to hear us rant about? Drop us a comment on your favorite social platform or visit ideologypodcast.com.